Hi class, my name is Sunny and today I looked into how Elon Musk handled mass layoffs at Twitter right after he bought it in November of 2022. It's a textbook example of how not to communicate a major organizational decision. So, for this, I used ChatGPT for this discussion because it's the most popular and I didn't really know what else to use and how else to use it. What happened was, after a week, Elon Musk closed his deal to buy Twitter, the company laid off about half of its workforce, around 3,700 employees. The way employees found out was pretty sad. A lot of them didn't even get a direct message or meeting, they just got locked out of their email and Slack accounts overnight and then received an email notification telling them they were done the following morning. Some people literally found out they were fired because their laptop stopped working. Even though that was messed up enough, Twitter actually even asked the people that they laid off to come back a few days later because they realized that they still needed some of them. The whole thing was unprofessional and very poorly handled. After reading the reading 8.3, I understand that there was a huge emotional disconnect here. The reading explains that emotional disconnect happens when the sender or receiver is not engaged with the material at an emotional level. Elon Musk treated this like a routine mass email, but for the people receiving it, it was their livelihood. When you deliver life-changing news through an email, you're completely ignoring the emotional weight of that email. On top of that, the lack of any real explanation created a massive spike in workplace gossip, which the reading tells us makes about 70% of organizational communication. Reading 8.5 also points out that ethical and honest communication matters just as much as on the inside of a company as it does on the outside. When people are left in the dark, it can make them feel discouraged, uncertain, and less loyal to the organization. That seems to fit Elon Musk's situations pretty well. The issue was not that he just communicated poorly, but it's because that he failed to communicate in a respectful and ethical way. Employees were not given clear information about why they were being let off and who were being let off, and many were caught off guard with little to no warnings. They also were not treated with basic dignity people deserve during a major workplace layoff. The reading mentions that in times of crisis, people may not like bad news, but they react even worse when communication feels unclear or withheld. Even if Musk was not trying to hide anything, the lack of openness still creates the same kind of distrust and frustration. So, for question 2, Elon Musk could have handled layoffs in a much more professional and personal and respectful way. Instead of people losing access to their accounts and finding out through email, he could have spoken through the employees directly or through managers and in a company meeting explaining what was happening and why it's happening. That would have given people a chance to understand the situation instead of feeling blindsided. He also should have shown more empathy. Even a simple message thanking employees for their hard work, acknowledging how hard the situation was, and acknowledging how hard they've worked previously, as well as giving people some warning would make a major difference. On top of that, he should have been more honest and transparent about the company's financial problems and how layoff decisions were being made. Overall, the biggest problem was not that just layoffs happened. It was because they were handled in a cold, careless, and unhumane way. Thank you for listening to my discussion, and I hope you liked it.